No,
Yeah,
just check it, mate.
just be in the stream.
I don't know. You might have to do it again.
Right. We're in 720 now. We're up again. Could we please get some confirmation if it's better? Nicky keeps saying he wants it in 4K, but that's not gonna happen. Yeah, we've lowered the stream quality now, so
Yeah, it's lowered. Tell me what it's like, boys,
is it better?
if you don't mind.
Can we get any confirmation? It says we have 63 viewers. Oh, that dropped down to 38 now, but still 38. Oh, there we go.
Okay, I think we're good.
Siderad says it's good, so yeah, we'll trust you, Siderad, I guess, since you were the only one who said anything.
So, have you ticked your boxes?
Yep. Feel like Geddes is trying to prank us by saying he can't hear us.
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. Do you want to redo Div 3 again, just quickly, just in case anyone missed it?
Steve-O, you're not there. Steve-O, they can't hear you. They can't hear you.
See, I told you to
Sorry.
tick your box.
I did tick my box twice.
Just to be in the party and you'll...
Yes. No, because it was when I
Yes.
left. It was when I left.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Don't leave
Right.
it.
The winner. Right. No. I'm saying it again. The winner for most improved award for Div 3 is SLR Cold, and I've said it 3 times, so that's how much he deserved the award. There you go.
Zydrad says,
Brilliant.
"Can we change the clown moment?" And I'm tending to. I'm leaning. Yeah, I'm leaning towards it.
I usually get it anyway, so
So when you tick
okay.
it twice, mate, you know,
I'm an old
when you
man.
tick
I'm
it
an old
twice,
man.
that
Look,
ticks
this
it, and then
this
that unticks it.
technology. This technology is too advanced for my liking.
I can guarantee, folks, this time next week when we do the driver draw, he will genuinely leave his box unticked for at least 2 divisions, and we'll have to just go over it again, won't we? So, anyway, moving swiftly onwards, we are now going on to the F2 Most Improved Driver of the Season award, and this was actually voted by the F2 admins, and their driver of choice was Southerners. I'll read what they have sent me. It says, for most improved, a few names come to mind, but we decided to give this award to Southerners. For F1 Division 1 the F1 Division 1 champion told me himself he believes his P4 in the F2 standings and his season as a whole have been even better than his Division 1 title success, and I can see where he's coming from. F2, you mix it up with all divisions combined, and Matt has mixed it up with the very top of the elite boys, beating the likes of Merckx, Darnell, Beast, Race Roller to P4 in the standings, which itself is very impressive. This being a most improved driver award, you base it off season 1 where he scored 39 points in the season, finishing down in P11. This season's 212 points in P4. It shows a great consistency across the season and some really good drives on top of it. So, congratulations to Southerners, who takes home the F2 Most Improved Driver of the Season award. Right.
It's one of the big ones left now. Is it?
The big one.
Yeah. Moving, swiftly onwards. Let me get the statements up. Sorry, folks, I'm just quick dashing in between different pages to get the right sort of stuff, but we are on now to the admin's Driver of the Year award. This is where it really starts hotting up now. This is the sort of spicy awards we look forward to, and we'll start off with the elite division. I'm just gonna have a quick look in the chat, see if anyone's got any recommendations, but I'm gonna quickly move on then. I'm gonna read the statement given to me by the elite admins. We decided collectively to vote for Ghost Colt for our driver of the season, as he performed well in a few outings at the end of Season 4. but was still slightly under the radar in terms of where people were perhaps expecting him to be in the division. He started off strongly with a podium in Australia and continued his fine form throughout the season, picking up his maiden win in Britain. He was unlucky not to take a second win in Singapore, but has had countless podiums to his name, as well as a top 5 finish in the championship, perhaps slightly exceeding expectations. He'll definitely be in contention for more wins next season, and has been mightily impressive in his first full season in SLR. So, congratulations, thanks to the Elite Admins for that, and he is, as Zydra has just said in the chat, he is criminally underrated, and I think a lot of us are able to see that at the minute, and I think that's kind of displayed in his performances now that people need to start recognising him for the driver. Congratulations to Ghost Colt. Moving on to the Division 1 Admins Driver of the Season, and I shall read the statement that has been provided for me. It's only a short one, but with rumours before the beginning of the season of Guna going to Div 2, the pace he deserved to be in Div 1. With a quiet start to the season, he came back and flourished, picking up multiple wins, showing off his brilliant race strategies for some of the best racecraft, an award he deserves. Well done for a brilliant season to Guna. So SLR Guna takes home the Division 1 Admins Driver of the Season award. I will quickly try and find the Division 2 one. I think Owen has sent this to me. It's a pretty long message if I remember. Oh no, here we go.
If Owen sent it, it is.
Actually, no, it's not for Owen standards. It's not that long. So the Division 2 Admins Driver of the Season is Zach is Beast 25. We've been really impressed with Zach's racing this season, and the crazy amount of positions he has gained during the race. Zach wasn't always the best over qualifying pace, but always pulled it through to get decent points in the championship and finish a very respectable P5 in the championship. So, here we go. Congratulations to Zach for winning the Division 2 Admins Driver of the Season award. I am now going to try and find from Gareth, who has sent me. Here we go. So this is a long one. Okay, so Division 3 Admins Driver of the Season award. So the Division 3 admin team have chosen SLR Colden as their Driver of the Season. It was a close battle with Scott Laney for this award, as both drivers have been making massive improvements and inroads throughout the season towards being at the very top of the division. He wants to watch for Season 6. That said, there had to be only one, and for the admin team and some other people within SLR have first-hand witnessed Colden's personal struggle and in the league to find some pace and consistency, leading to him getting frustrated and down and on the verge of leaving the league, trying to find the right balance and achieve his personal goals. With a little bit of support and tough love from his admins and fellow drivers, and a lot of tips from SLR Connor, Colden in the second half of the season, with all of his hard work and determination and straight up defiance, mixed with a little sprinkle of can-do attitude, really started to show really started to show, with Colden changing DNFs into finishes and seeing him popping his head into Q3 more often than not, and even achieving his first race podium in the fantastic final of Abu Dhabi, and the icing on the cake for everyone in this division, and maybe even the community within SLR, was Colden bagging himself a well-earned P2. And let's not forget, this is his rookie season. Colden is the very definition of the league's motto of to reach your summits. That's why, with all that in mind, we are proud to award SLR Colden with Division 3 Driver of the Season. So, lovely little statement, well, not little, but lovely statement from Gareth there, and a very much a deserved winner. So congratulations to all of our admins drivers of the year. So well done to those guys.
One left, Franco.
So yeah, apologies. I'm an absolute. I can't believe. Sorry, guys.
I thought he was bigging it up.
Doing
it bigging it up that way.
He's just skipping F2.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. The admin's driver of the season for F2, and the winner is Zydrad. Is this guy right here? But between myself and SLR McEwen, it was a complete no-brainer. Zajdad has been flawless on his debut season in SLR. From the minute he took to the track, he's shown unrelenting pace and has proven very, very difficult to beat all season long. Massive congratulations from myself and Callum on his championship victory. At the same time, he broke the pole position record 4 races in and has now taken it to new heights with 12 race wins and podiums. Sorry, with 12, Joe's written that like a clown. Sorry, Joe. With 12 race wins and podiums, he is in the top 3 for all time, and I'm sure next season he'll be taking those all-time records also. Only 2 seasons of F2, you may argue, but he's immediately put himself top in the Hall of Fame. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure about the full stop placement there, mate, but yeah, a lovely statement there, and congratulations to Zajdad for his awards. There you go. That is finally the admin's driver of the done. Have we got the next 2 in the party? I know Joe's
We
here.
have. I have made sure of that.
Right.
Can you guys hear Joe? He is in the party. Can you guys hear Joe? Like Darnell, can you hear him? No. Is there... maybe. I hear you.
They're all, yeah, a lot of no's.
Oh no, is there no box or anything on the phone or anything? No, it's gutting. We'll try and relay what you're saying as best as we can. So, moving swiftly onwards, this award is usually given to one person, or has been given to one person over time, but this season was a little bit different, and I think they can hear you really faintly, Joe. Sorry, by the way. Sorry, yeah, this, I think very faintly, but I could be wrong.
Just have to shout.
I don't know. Let's do the best we can. Yeah, so sorry, this award is usually only given to one person, but I think with this season and with these 2 guys, it was only right to really split it between the 2 of them, because it was just impossible to pick between them. And this award is the League MVPs. Joe's now left the party.
Right.
So
Just as you were all...
Joe's not interested in the award, so that's a shame. No, let's try and get him back in. He is on the phone. He is at work, folks. So he's bending the rules to get on here. But let's hopefully we can get him back. But we will speak to Owen. Of course, we'll speak to Owen. So yeah, the league MVPs, and this is obviously won by SLR Darnell and these guys from our perspective are massive parts of the league, and they are I mean, it's not always, but a lot of the stuff they do is part of that iceberg that I was talking about in terms of what you don't necessarily see. And off the top of my head, I mean, forgive me if I forget anything, but Joe's messaged me. I think he wants an invite. Sorry.
Yeah, you keep in.
Okay, he's just messaged me. That's all. Off the top of my head, so Joe does the. He is responsible for taking all the streams and making them replays or to race highlights, and he deals with the YouTube channel pretty much by himself, obviously with the help of Owen at times as well. But in terms of the streams and stuff, that is usually him. The Instagram channel, the Instagram page, all by himself. He makes the graphics that go onto social media accounts. He obviously, and as Matt said in the stream chat, he obviously made that incredible video we only watched. We watched just before tonight. And then, obviously, don't forget, he is a head admin of F2, so he has taken F2 by the scruff of the neck this season, and he is incredible, really, in comparison to what it was in the first season, with a lot of chop and change. So, as I've said, and obviously he's an elite driver as well. So, forgive me if I forget anything, Joe. List off pretty much everything that you do for the league and why you deserve EP. I'll quickly move on to Owen. Well, not quickly, actually, because you deserve your time in the spotlight. But Owen is the head admin of Div 2, and he was the head admin of Div 1 at the start of the season, but obviously pace wasn't quite in your favour, Owen, so he moved to Div 2, and he has taken over, and he's really turned the division around in terms of necessarily participation and discipline, and general just attitude towards the league, and he's in terms of that. He runs the Twitter account from day to day. He runs the TikTok account day to day. He's a steward. And I forgot to say that about Joe as well. So Joe is also a steward and a commentator. Does the points. Am I forgetting anything, Owen?
Side pod.
Does the side pod. What else?
And gave
Owen?
us our things at the beginning of the show. Stats.
Yeah, is the stat man. I mean, Clock's a part-time stat man now because Owen's the real stat.
That's right. Yeah.
That hurts.
I don't know. I'm forgetting anything, Owen. But I think the two of you really, it was just impossible to pick between you because you both do so much for the league, and you deserve the recognition really for what you guys do for us, and how you just go above and beyond. Really, is an understatement considering what you guys do, and particularly you, Joe, in terms of you've got a full-time job. I mean, I know Owen works as well, but I don't know how you guys do it. You must honestly, Joe, your girlfriend must hate you.
Can I just say,
you do.
Rich?
I don't know if anyone can hear him, but Joe just said he's in his car at work. So if anyone can't hear him, he's just he's come out of work to come speak to us in the car. So thanks to Joe for doing that.
Can I just add something? Can I just say, and this award really is a big thanks from the LOs, because without people like yourselves, this league, helps us out so much as well. So I just wanted to add that.
Well, you guys, you're an absolute credit to the league and to yourselves. You are amazing, and you do so much for the league. And without the work of you guys, the league would be a speck really of what it is right now. And we are extremely grateful to you guys. And I just wanted to thank you really. Owen, have you got anything to say on the matter?
I don't really know what to say. It's a very big thank you for that. Of course, it's an honour, of course, and then of course to be sharing it with Joe as well, definitely deserved as well. Well, he's putting some messages in the chat. I don't know what it is, but
I think his signal's struggling.
Yeah, I think Joe's struggling, but that's fair enough. Oh, he's going to write it down in the chat. That'll be fun.
Okay, we'll read that off then.
It's it's been a great season. Even if I've not been the fastest racer, of course, as you said, I've been in both Div 1 and Div 2 this season. So I've had a couple interesting moments, but a lot of the things I've kind of haven't really expected to take on, and then kind of suddenly you guys like, oh, you did a decent job at that. Why don't you try doing this like full time? It's a bit like when I took over the Twitter account, I think I did like a couple just like race like little rundowns at the end of last season, and you were like, well, I guess you're now the person that does all the tweets on the Twitter account. So I was like, not expecting that, but okay, I'll take
Typical
that on. Fine.
You don't want to do that. Well. Honestly, you don't want to do a good job and let me see it, because then it's yours full time. That's pretty much the moral of the story there.
Yeah, so it was I just had to fill in a couple of times, and so but I've really enjoyed doing, like, I remember doing the points this season. I've really enjoyed doing it just because I get to see it before everyone else, and it's quite interesting to see. Oh, dropped my spoon. Sorry about that. I was eating ice cream while I was watching the stream, so that's all. It's I don't really know what to say. I wasn't expecting it, that's one thing for sure, but I'm really happy about it. Has Joe finished his speech yet, so I can finish talking? Because I'm not exactly.
Well done, mate. Well deserved, though. Well deserved.
Honestly, no, you guys have done so much for the league, and you continue to do so much for the league, and I think just Oh, there you go. Just wrote an essay and it didn't send. What? Oh dear. Just send it to me over text, Joe. Joe, send it on text to me right now. That's a lot quicker.
He can't quite copy and paste it, can he?
Joe, send it on text. Yeah, very soon. So we'll get a quick statement off Joe, and unfortunately, it's not quite. Yeah, no, I know. I've seen your message. Hope it's not quite gone to plan in terms of that, but yeah. So I think you guys have really kind of stepped up this season in several ways, and by listing off a lot of the stuff you do for the league, I think I'm trying to give people a picture really of what you do for the league and how the league owes you a lot, both of you really, for everything that you sacrifice to make this place better for all of us. And I think we're just really grateful, and we're just lucky to have you. And I think any league would be lucky to have you, but we're glad that you're here.
It's the reason you've got the title Most Valuable Player.
Oh, that's a bit mad, isn't it?
Not something to be ashamed of, at least.
I'm pretty bad, really. You know, don't really deserve it.
So you weren't expecting anything tonight?
You're
not expecting to get anything? You didn't expect anything tonight?
Not at all. I was just gonna have a little watch along, and yeah, just watch along, see what's happened. Yeah, of course I got a message from yourself saying, "Oh, you've won an award," and I was like, "Oh, mad. Yeah, definitely. I'll come. I'll come and join. Don't mind." Yeah,
brilliant. Good. I'm glad to hear it, mate. I'm still waiting on Joe for this essay. This better be good.
We can.
Oh, brilliant. He's sent it just in time. He says, hopefully we'll be able to get like some sort of proper statement out from Joe in some shape or form. But he says, short and sweet. Sucks to have bad signal, but I didn't expect this award. I'm so grateful to have been given this opportunity by yourself and the guys that run this league and make it amazing. People don't understand the time and effort I put into the social media with all the graphics and videos, etc., but I wouldn't change it for anything. I love doing it. Yes, my missus gives me a grilling at times as I spend so much time on it, but bros before hoes, you know. Anyway, massive love to you all, and I'm just grateful for this award.
Brilliant.
Well said, Joe. You better stop that before you make me cry.
See, he knows how to answer it properly. Look at that.
Yeah, but it's alright when you got time to write it.
Just say that I said that exactly the same thing as well. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I tried to get him to pull a sickie so he could join us in the party, but it doesn't seem to have paid off. But
he could have just taken his Xbox to work like I have.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
exactly.
Just saying.
Yeah, honestly.
You know what, guys? I think it's time to move on to.
Oh, sorry, clock.
To one of the awards that
Yes,
I
sir.
would say is one of the biggest ones we have, to be honest.
Rightio. Yeah, they're one of the biggest awards we have, and this award is. I think he's in the party. If he can tick his box, that would be wonderful. This award is the League Owners Award for services to SLR, and the winner of this award is the one and only SLR Smoke. Don't worry, I'm not going to say Smokes, as tempting as it is. I'll call you by your actual gamer tag, SLR Smoke. So congratulations, mate. I think I speak on behalf of all the LOs, and you're just an absolute legend, and you do so much for this league. And not only do you pretty much maintain the Discord, I mean, obviously you get a bit of help here and there, but there's so much you do for us in terms of the Discord and how this league has kind of taken a massive step forward because of the Discord, and what you do for the league in terms of taking money out of your own pocket to sustain the Discord, and all sorts, and how you're always there or thereabouts in terms of charity events and always donating, pretty hefty sums of money, and you just are a fantastic guy, and it's been a pleasure really since the start of lockdown to get to know you a lot better. and it's just I'm honoured to actually give you the award, mate, because you it's kind of hard to put into words, but the amount of stuff you do for us. I mean, you're not a massive fan of speaking on the stream and doing commentating, but how you do so much with the points, and you do so much with generally just the league, to be honest with you, and how a lot of people seem to think you're the LO in disguise, or you're the sixth LO, and I don't know, I kind of find that hard to disagree with, because you're always there with your really well thought out thoughts, and you're able to kind of, if we're in a pretty serious debate, you're able to kind of distance yourself from any sort of bias or any sort of emotions, and say what you need to say and say what needs to be said, and help us make some really, really tough decisions along the way. And I'm sorry if I'm butchering this speech, really, or whatever. It's really hard to describe the effect that Smoke has had on the league, but it's just really, really hard to put into words, because he's just done so much for us, and he's an absolute champion bloke, and I'm just honoured to give him the award.
Thanks very much, anyway. Yeah, it's it just feels the natural stuff to do all the time now. I'm just the stuff I do, like I'm an admin of the elite division, but I don't really do that much. The other admins, they pretty much run everything. They only help out with the parties and that. But yeah, everything. It's just the Discord. That's like the main thing I'm doing, and just always trying out different things to see if it works and all that. Sometimes it doesn't go too well, but I've like the addition this season of the music chat and all that. I think quite a few people have enjoyed that. But just try out some random things and like test server and that first before even bring it forward.
I think you're too modest. I think you are too modest.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest with you, because what you've done with that Discord is incredible, and it has taken this league to a completely different level because of what you've done. And just first thing that comes to mind is the team chats. The team chats are a massive thing, and I know some people necessarily didn't even like the idea of them somehow when they first were thought of, and they've brought such a different dimension to the league, and a lot more of a team sort of atmosphere, and having a lot more interest in other divisions just because of those chats and having the ability to speak to other people. And I mean, that's obviously a massive thing, but in the community thing, you look at the games roles, and you look at all the other stuff like the Among Us chat, the FIFA chat, the GTA chat, the Battlefront chat, the COD chat, the Zombies chat, whatever you want to look at it, all those roles and all the programming and all the coding and everything that you need to do for people to be able to get the roles and be in the right place at the right time, speaking to the right people, atting the right people. By what you do on the Discord, and I mean other things within the league, but particularly the Discord, has really, really helped the league massively. And obviously, you said the music chat maybe isn't the best thing you've done on the Discord, but I love it, and I know a few others love it too. But it's not, what I mean. You've done so much for us as a league in general, and you just are a champion bloke, and you are too humble. You are modest, so I think it's about time you had a bit of credit, mate, for what you've done. So thank you for all of us, really, for what you do.
Well done, Smoke.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, mate. So, moving swiftly onwards, we move on to our last award. So, congratulations, obviously, to everyone who has received an award up until now, and we have now our final 5 awards, all in the Driver of the Year category.
The big one.
The big one. We haven't got any. We haven't got any statements for this, because we don't need any statements. We're just going to interview each an individual winner, and I will start with F2. If you don't mind. I think people know who this is going to be. Realistically, I think it was summed up perfectly by the admins in their statement. If you don't, I'm just going to quickly get your car up on the stream, if you don't mind, good sir. I mean, have I gone past it? I think I've gone past it. Oh no, is this it? Not sure. Anyway, the winner of the F2 Driver of the Year is the one and only Zydrad. So congratulations to you, mate.
Cheers.
If
thanks.
you're there,
Appreciate it.
make sure you ticked your box.
There I have.
You ticked your box?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well. It's been a pretty incredible season for you, hasn't it? Really, this season you've obviously, as Joe said in his statement, you've smashed into the Hall of Fame with your debut season in F2, and is it really gone better than what you expected? Is this sort of what you were aiming for at the start of the season, or is this just really just beyond expectations?
Well, originally I joined SLR just to be an F2 driver, so I was definitely more confident than in F1. But I definitely didn't expect to be like this, like consistent really, because obviously I knew about the reputation of the last season in F2 with Han and Jam and Mercs and other people, and basically just went like a dream really. Don't understand really how.
I mean, I know you kind of joined SLR with the almost the tag of being like an F2 sort of specialist. Run us through your season. I'm intrigued to really know about your season, not just in F2, but the league as a whole. Because obviously, as I said, you started off as a steward. Then, as in terms of racing, you started off as F2, and now you're towards the top of elite. It's really kind of developed into something you weren't really expecting. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, the power of peer pressure really does get to me. So obviously, originally I was just going to be a steward, and then it was get yourself in a seat, and I was like, ugh, I don't know, I have plans, and then them plans got chucked out the window for a chance to race in a seat with SLR. So it's been a pleasure, really.
How do you rate your chances next season, particularly in the F2? Because we know the likes of Ham and Jam and a few others, particularly maybe like Sync Unleash, who's just joined the F2 division, and maybe a few others along the way. What are you expecting from next season? Are you going back to back next year?
Well, even in this season, when Bahrain kicked off, and I don't think everyone was really up to scratch with their pace, and then seeing me, I think, win the feature race in Bahrain by about 20 odd seconds really meant it kind of made people really put in the extra practice, and you could just tell by the end of this season where I haven't even been getting poles, like for example, and I haven't been really winning any races. It just shows that people are putting in the extra effort to kind of catch up in terms of pace, but also catch up in terms of championship. So next season it's going to be one of the closest, if not the closest, we're going to have.
Yeah, we're having a little message for you from UK Beast Assassin, who's saying that he and Southerners is going to spank you next season.
I mean, you could, but you won't be teammates, will you? So.
That is true. I mean, if that team gets broken up, I can sense a few tears. But
yeah, definitely. But yeah. So
what's your highlight been of this season?
Or I don't know. I'd actually say Vietnam, because the low point obviously
the Rockamad incident.
Yeah, the Rockamad incident definitely it annoyed me, to say the least. But then I used that as motivation to just kind of give it my 110% every single race weekend, which I'd like to say I did do. But like if that didn't happen, I don't think I would have been as confident, I'd say. I think I would have taken my position for granted. And then having that incident really like put me to the ground and been like, okay, I need to perfect every race in order to get a result, otherwise people will catch me.
Yeah.
Yep, that's basically it.
Brilliant.
Okay. What about your car for next season? Because obviously you won the constructors, so you are going to have the ability to choose your car for next year. Are you going to disclose that live on the stream? Can we get a bit of an exclusive from you on the stream? What you're
sure,
aiming
no
for
problem.
Next season?
No problem. I'll be picking in the 2020 car. I'll be picking Catamilot's UNI-VIRTUOSI.
Can I then
Just to make
ask
the UNI drivers cry. basically.
You're also
So
in the
there we
same
go. There we have
in
it.
the same situation in F1, aren't you? Is it
Yes.
possible to have a reveal in
This is interesting.
in the F1 division as well for Elite, obviously?
Yeah, sure. I would be
You
trying
don't
to.
have to. You don't have to. No, you don't
No,
have
no, no.
to.
I've already been dead selling it for about a couple of days now, so I might as well.
Okay.
I'll be trying to break the curse in SLR of Mercedes-Benz. I'll be picking Mercedes.
Ooh, I guessed that right then. I was just hovering over Mercedes. I was thinking that was what you were going to pick.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Wow. Right. Okay. Can I give a bit of some of the thought process behind that?
Well, obviously finishing off with Haas. Haas has obviously been a great car for me, although I didn't really like the design at start. I kind of just been wanting to go my own way because obviously I had great teammates around me, Sam Freeman, Colden, of course. But I think if I take, because I'm going to be turning off assists next season as well, I want to kind of expect myself to be towards the midfield, maybe, and then picking a car like Mercedes just as a bit of a gimmick, just because I know they have very poor run of form in SLR. They always finish like bottom 3 of constructors quite often. I just want to see what I can do, really, and I love the design of the car and all that stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. That's good to know. It's good to see someone's going to try and break the Mercedes sort of hoodoo that hangs over them in SLR. So best of luck to you, mate, and congratulations to you on what's been an epic season for you.
Cheers, I appreciate it, boys.
Well, mate.
Thanks, mate. Right, moving on to Division 3. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us tonight, and I know I'm gutted about it too. But Steve-O was going to say a few words for him. But the Driver's Driver of the Year was a very, very tight vote, and it came down to one vote. But the Driver's Driver of the Year in Division 3 was SLR Gareth. And Steve-O is going to say a few words on his behalf. Am I right, Steve-O?
I'm taking the award home. Yeah, and having it. I'm going to have it.
Oh, right, okay.
Basically.
Just stole it.
No, it just thing is, he's head admin. He keeps the division going. He really supports. I mean, the one thing about Gareth is, as a Div 3 driver, he's got your back, and I think that's the biggest thing about him. And I think that's why, he didn't win the championship or anything like that, but he still got voted driver's driver because he's respected throughout the whole division, and he's a great guy. He's one of my best friends in SLR, an ex-teammate, and thoroughly deserves the award. Really is. But he went no assists this season, which most people are gonna say isn't an easy thing to do. And I think I don't know where he finished in the championship, but it was definitely up there. I think it was like 4th. I think it was 4th, was it, in the championship? But he thoroughly deserves it. Driver's driver. He's raced well. Even if he has bad qualifying, he picks it up. And I'm often in his party with him. And he tries to G me up when I'm on a bad race, which is most races. And he's selfless. So yeah, thoroughly deserved. And yeah, really happy for him. And I think he'll be made up with this.
Good. No, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad. He was obviously aware he got an award. I didn't tell him what though, because I wanted him to have a bit of suspense, really. But yeah, I'm made up for him too. So good on Gareth, and congratulations to him for winning his award. Right, 3 more interviews to go. We'll go to Division 2 next, and the winner of the Division 2 Driver's Driver of the Year is in fact the Division 2 champion. And Bennett, are you here, and have you ticked your box, please?
Yes, I have, yes.
Right, here he is.
Well done, mate.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
So your season.
It's a bit of echo there.
Oh, hold on. Have you got is there a bit of a noise in the background there, mate?
I don't think so. It might come. Actually, if I turn my TV down, it should be. That'll
He
be
wants to
where
hear
it's
himself
from.
on Twitch. That's what
That probably is what it is.
he wants to hear his own interview.
There we go. It should be okay now.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, so Bennett, mate, your first season in SLR, you've won the Div 2 championship, mate, and you've got Drivers' Driver of the Year. Could it really have gone any better?
No, exactly. Yeah, you're right there. I mean, I'm really chuffed with it, to be fair. I came in not expecting anything, especially after my first race, qualifying 16th and finishing 8th. I thought, oh, okay, gonna need to practice and play a bit more. And then obviously, as I practiced more and more, I started enjoying it more, and then that obviously made me gravitate towards the game more often, and I kept playing it, and then obviously the results started to go my way where I was getting more practicing, and yeah, I've enjoyed every single minute of it, to be honest.
What about your season as a whole? Like, give me sort of a point in the season when you thought, oh, am I really going to be able to do this? Did you have to pick yourself up at any stage and you think, I've got to bounce back from this?
So I think the point where I thought I wasn't going to win was quite early on, to be honest. It was at Zandvoort where I was running second behind Nicky, and I got disqualified without being told that I was going to get a drive-through penalty, and it didn't tell me that I needed to serve it in X amount of laps or anything. So I just crossed the line and got disqualified, and it told me unserved penalty, and I thought, there's 18 points dropped there, and obviously at the time I wasn't in the lead anyway, but I thought I could have potentially gained positions anyway because of how sort of I was getting better. So I thought, okay, start from here. But then obviously I got disqualified, and Nicky at the time in Div 2 gets 25 points against me. He's obviously ahead then, and obviously he's fast. Everyone knows Nicky's fast, and I thought, that's that, unless something miraculous happens, which obviously it did really. Obviously Nicky, Cheesy, they all left the division anyway and went up higher, but I had Leah in front, and he was ahead of me for a fair few races, and I started to catch up, and I thought, when I got to Belgium, I think that's when I overtook, and I thought after that I was in a really good run, and that's where I thought, okay, if I can keep this up, keep getting the consistency, consistent sort of top fives, then I should be able to sort of maintain at least, or stay up there to try and battle for the championship. But obviously with results going against Lee, you could say him having a bit of hard luck, I think that helped me a lot, and consistently sort of finishing top 3 really, that helped me obviously big time. And like I said, consistency really was key this season to getting it, just like the Division 1 championship. Consistency always up there, it's won it for me.
How do you, obviously now winning the championship, you are going to Div 1, and that is confirmed, everyone knows that. How are you feeling about going to Division 1? What are you rating your chances?
To be honest, I'm really excited, because I think obviously everyone knows Division 2 has a tendency for having the drama, you could say, an exciting race to watch, but obviously when you're in the thick of that, it's quite intense, and at times it's not nice. And obviously at times of the season I've had incidents with certain drivers where, I mean, it's just funny to watch, but it just looks horrendous. At the street, you watch the stream, you look at the division, you just think, what's happening? Like, I'm not obviously going to name names or anything, but when people drive into you or take you out when you're a lap ahead or whatever, it doesn't look good. So I'm looking forward to yeah. No names mentioned, but
no names mentioned.
Yeah,
but you know what you're on about.
Yeah, we'll say no more
nice.
about that. But
shade,
yeah, but I do
shade
need to
thrown in the interview.
Shout out 4 drivers, obviously. I got my teammate Barlow. I've said this before already, but my teammate Barlow, Sem, Rando, and Morgan. All 4 of them have just made this season so much more enjoyable to an already enjoyable season, and them to thank big time, obviously, for making me faster as well.
I'm glad you kind of brought some of those guys up, because that's going to be my last and my final question. Obviously, it's no secret you're going to Div 1 next year. It's also no secret that Sem and Rando are going to be following you pretty much, and Morgan may well do the same. How do you feel about being able to race in the same division as all those guys next year? And what do you rate your chances like collectively next year, all of you?
To be honest, I think it's no secret that me, Sem, Rando, and Morgan and Barlow, we were all in a party for the races, and we'll really good friends. We all get on. We always talk to each other and stuff, and that's what makes it more enjoyable. But I think honestly, if like us three, I know we like to get on the practice, compare, and all that. And I think all three of us, if we get it right, we can have a very good season. I know Rando is very quick off the mark. You put him against anyone, and he gains time quicker than any of us. But then you get Sem, he practices a hell of a lot, and we know how fast Sem is. You know, what was it? 7 of the last 8 races won. That's ridiculous stat, and you can only congratulate him. And hopefully, I can take my consistency and try and challenge them too. And that'll be my task this year, to try and challenge. I think, you know, I've got to try and challenge for the title if I can. I know it's going to be a big ask, but what's the point turning up if I'm not going to challenge?
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Absolutely spot on. There's no point turning up if you don't want to challenge for the top, as far as I'm and most people are concerned, mate. So yeah, it's a great attitude to have, and congratulations on a mega season. And I'm really looking forward to racing alongside you next season.
Thank you very much. You too.
Rightio, moving on to Division 1. Driver of the season. And then, you know, probably no surprise, really, for this person. Hopefully he's ticked his box in the party. But the Division 1 driver of the season is Southerners. Hello, mate. Are you there?
I am, yeah. I am here.
Here he is. Here he is in all his glory. What a season, mate. Really, like, honestly. I mean, and such a brilliant division to do it in as well. How can you sum it up?
I don't think I really can sum it up in short. I mean, it certainly makes the championship even sweeter that it's in the most highly competitive and closest division, probably in SLR. Actually, not probably, it is in SLR. I mean, 14 different winners. I think I'd like to think that maybe this season I've gone to show you don't have to be the fastest to win the championship. Just be a bit consistent. I think I've said for a while I would even put myself in the top 6. You could say that all of the championship contenders, probably none of them are in the top 6, top 5, but just goes to show that keeping consistent, that alone, it does get you far. It's been a mad past week and a half, I must admit. Winning this, the F2 most improved, and the title.
And the constructors.
And the constructors, yeah, of course, yeah, the constructors, which massive thank you for Tooman for being part of that. I mean, if it wasn't for him, constructors, I wouldn't have that to my name as well. So, Tooman, buddy, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure this season. Actually, with all the Racing Point guys as well. Yeah, it's just you sent me a message on Discord last week that it's in folklore now. Like in years to come, maybe in future questions in Clocks quiz, it'll be who was Division 1 champion in season 5, and that'll be my name. It's just fantastic to have my name cemented somewhere in SLR, in a community full of such amazing people. It really is.
Obviously, as everyone knows, you're moving into the elite division next season. I'm going to ask you the same question I've asked everyone else. What are you rating your chances next year then?
I mean, it's no secret. Elite is absolutely disgusting with some of the racing and some of the qualifying laps we see. It's a level beyond anything I ever used to race with or see before I joined SLR. But going into Elite, I'm feeling no pressure. Based from how my F2 season went, which, of course, there's some elite guys, very fast elite guys in there. I've gone into them races expecting nothing, probably, and in the end, racing better than I could probably imagine. So that's how I'm going into the season at Elite. Race alongside with my brother again, alongside the likes of Beast, Smoke, being in the same Formula 1 races, Zydrad Merckx, Hamjam Freeman. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I know I'm most likely to be somewhere towards the back, but honestly, that doesn't bother me. I'm an SLR champion. I'm in Elite. I'm just going to take every race as it comes and enjoy the experience there, to be honest. And who knows, if I can get a few points, absolutely fantastic.
Good on you, mate. Good on you. One final question. Was there ever a stage that you look back on now throughout the season when you thought to yourself, "Oh, I don't know if I've got this," or
yeah,
"Oh, am I really meant to be here? Am I, do any sort of doubts really creep into your mind at any stage? Or was it pretty plain sailing?
no, honestly, the only doubts I was connection. I mean, it was the forced DNF in Australia. From then on, I was like, oh well, there we go. Championship's gonna not happen because of connection. But then we found the solution for that. I always knew if I kept out of trouble, I might have said to yourself, and I certainly said to Dodgy in Discord after Monza. I said, the way it's been, if I stay out of trouble, if I don't get taken out, and my connection's fine, I'll win the championship, and that was the case. I just knew if I did what I do what I do best every race, which is just try and play it safe, get top 5, I can do it. But the only doubt there was connection, which fortunately, despite the massive doubt at the start of the season, that managed to stay away, and I managed to get what I craved.
It's the go-to tactic, isn't it? Qualifying is overrated.
Yeah.
Oh,
and actually, it's the post-its. It's the post-it notes as well. That's what does it.
Post-it notes?
Yeah, post-it notes. Some people will know what I'm on about, but yeah, the post-it notes, they do the trick.
I'm sure a lot of the toxic group members will know exactly what you're on about. No, congratulations, mate, and over the moon for you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how you get on next season.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well done, mate.
Cheers.
We seem to have been able to locate a stray SLR Gareth. I don't know.
I've got to give the award back now.
Are you here? Gareth? Are you there? No?
He was.
Sorry. Trying to work out my new
headset. Here he is.
Have you ticked
tick
the box?
mate, at the top of your party.
Yeah, it's ticked.
Done it?
Yep.
Well, I asked you to be here, and you told me you'd be at work, so I'm gutted.
Yes,
But,
I was supposed to be in bed ready for work, but I've
that's
gone past being tired now, so I regret this tomorrow, but yes,
Well,
apologies.
I don't know if you're already aware, but you were voted as the Div 3 Driver of the season.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
Give us your thoughts.
Well, yeah, over the moon, to be fair. I mean, it's been one of them seasons where pretty much the same as what Seven has said. I tried to turn up, just drive clean, keep the wing intact, and just firstly finish the race, secondly getting the points, and then we go from there, so to speak. I know, like a lot of the guys that voted for different individuals, some of them that voted for myself were more pleased with the fact that I had driven as well as I'd driven without assists in my first season, without my assists on, and especially with the caliber of drivers that I was surrounded by. I mean, Div 3 this season, wow, what can you say? Some of the drivers that we've recruited that have just found pace from practice and stuff like that. It's been such a great season in Div 3. So, to get that award makes it even better for me, because the caliber of drivers I'm surrounded by in Div 3, they're definitely, contenders for Division 2 and above in the coming seasons as they get better. As they get better, for sure.
So, what are you expecting from next season then? Assuming that you're in Div 3 next season, what are your expectations?
It's going to be a battle. There are so many good drivers in that division. I've got 6 or 7 people that can easily steal a victory. It's gonna be a battle. Especially, if I remain in Div 3, what a battle it's gonna be. If I end up getting promoted into 2, then I'm looking at learning again, going back to to the drawing board and trying to find some more pace from whatever I can from the setup, from the car. But if I'm in Div 3, yeah, it's going to be a battle. We've got some really good guys in Div 3. You know, the likes of Lofty, Maxwell, Colden's finding pace, Laney's been solid, Steve-O's had quality pace, he just hasn't brought it to the race. Yeah, it'd be very interesting if I stay in 3, so I'm hoping to stay in 3.
All right, mate. Well, Steve did say a few lovely words about you, but he seems to have gone all shy-naved.
No. I was letting you do it. Not at all,
Love you,
mate, not at
Steve-O.
all. Yeah, you can watch it back, mate. It was all right. It was from the
I
heart.
will
It
do.
was from the heart.
Oh, bless.
No, I
Thank
just want
you,
to
mate.
ask you. I just want to ask you from the point of the head admin kind of side of it.
Yeah.
How have you found? Because obviously it's a lot of work to drive and run the division. How have you found that, and how have you found the drivers? Because in what I said, the division, you take the drivers' needs on your chin, and you're an advocate for the drivers, and I find that, and I just wonder how you find having to do that, if that makes sense.
Well, firstly, I appreciate that. Every single one of my drivers know that the door is open. They can message me if it's, on track issues, if it's personal issues, if anything like that. The door is open. I'm always there because a clear mind makes for a clear race. So, and you can see that in some of the races that we've churned out. But that's not just on me. My admin team, Sprightly, Dodgy, Baggy, they're all the same. Their doors open. We're all approachable. We all give out the best advice we can. I mean, even to the point where we sit there on race day giving out setup tips and advice and whatnot. And that's what Div 3 is about. It's about progression as a division, not necessarily in teams, but even as a division. When you got Colden, who on track come across the line P3 in the finale race, that was fantastic. Everybody was messaging Craig and being well done, but I can guarantee you every single driver message Colden first saying wow, well done, because that's what we're about. We're about a big massive family, and that just comes from us having that door open and being more than just a race, more than just 20 lads getting on a grid and trying to be better than the other one. Like, goes back to like an army motto where you are as strong as your weakest guy. So, if we can make the weaker guy in the division stronger, it only makes us better because we're pushing to be in front of that person. And I think that goes throughout the division. But yeah, race day can get stressful when you're trying to put people in places. I do divide all the tasks out within the admins, and they all do their part, without any worry whatsoever. I know each one of them got what they need to do on race day down to a T, and and we get it over the line. So it's definitely been better in terms of that this season. But yeah, we move as one, as a division. I love that. I love Div 3.
It almost makes me want to race in Div 3, boy.
You should
talk about it. I'm not
Swear
sure
to
about
love
that.
We'll have to put a lot of sandbags on you, but yeah.
Yeah, well said, mate, and congratulations on your award. It's fully deserved. Knowing you for a fair while now, and it couldn't have gone to a better bloke, mate. So I'm over the moon for you.
Lovely. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that.
Well done, buddy.
Cheers, matey. Hopefully, see you on track.
Finally. Oh yeah, let's hope. That should be nice. Finally moving on to our final interview, and I feel bad for him now. He's been waiting in the party for half an hour for his turn. But
What's the
I'm
last
sure
one,
he'll
the last award?
I'm sure he'll make the most of it, and I'm sure he'll lap it up, considering what he had to go through that last season as well. But the elite driver's driver of the season and the final award of the night goes to the one and only Ham Jam. So congratulations to you, mate, on the award voted for by your fellow drivers, and congratulations from us, actually, for just what was an amazing season, and you bounced back massively. I remember being at this stage this time last season, interviewing your brother, really, and, you were sort of, playing second fiddle to him a little bit, not necessarily in terms of pace, but obviously in the final result, and things didn't go your way. But this season, you've turned it on its head, and here you are. So, credit to you, mate. It must have taken quite a lot to have bounced back from what was a successful but disappointing season 4, I'm assuming.
Yeah, cheers guys, and first off, cheers for everyone that voted for me. It just obviously shows how, I guess, the appreciation that people have, and I'm truly humbled that I've been voted by obviously fellow drivers for this. Yeah, I mean, it had been the case, at least, certainly up until this point, sort of last year, when I had kind of always been James's number 2 in various different leagues. But that kind of just how it always been, with me starting league racing a little bit after him. So it took me a while to catch up, but I think I've shown that I've definitely caught up to him now, and but I'm obviously really pleased with how everything's gone this season. But it certainly was far from easy with the caliber of drivers we've now got in the division. I mean, it's going to be really exciting as well next year. Just I think we've sort of added to that roster of drivers we've got, and it's even better now. So I'm really looking forward to the next season as well. And yeah, just again like to thank everyone who voted for me as their driver this season.
Well, you're going to go down now. I mean, even if you'd won the old Division 1 Championship, you still go down in the history books, but you're going to go down now as the first ever SLR Elite Division winner. How would you compare what it's been like to be in the top division this season in comparison to what it was like to be in the top division last season?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obviously testament and credit to what you've done, as LOs, I guess, that we've obviously got 4 divisions now implemented within the league. The recruiting of the drivers, the organising it, finding the admins, the list goes on. The amount of work that's been put in, it's a real credit, and I'd obviously like to thank yourselves as LOs and all the admins as well for their work throughout the season. Yeah, I mean, it's just surreal, really, to get this opportunity. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's a hobby for everyone, as it were, but it's one that I know a lot of us take very seriously, and it's obviously a lot of time and effort is put into it. So I guess to be able to have won Elite, as it's now called, I mean, it just has a nice ring to it. So yeah, it's definitely a good feeling.
What are you expecting from next season then? Are you fully confident you can go back to back then?
I'd say I'm confident. I'm confident that I know that I can get the results, given I know all the drivers now, like how I match up against them. But it's not really just that on paper, is it? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the quickest on paper anyway, but it's getting the results done. It's having the consistency, because even though it might not have shown through perhaps as much as perhaps Matt did in Division 1. I mean, consistency obviously benefited myself as well quite a bit. I mean, I'd like to think I can go back to back, but like I say, given the caliber of drivers we've got now, I mean, the whole division's so close. I think pretty much anyone could win a race. It's definitely going to be no mean feat. I mean, yeah, I'd love to say I can, and I really hope this time next season I'm here talking to you again, but obviously only time will tell.
What about just a quick word about your F2 chances next season, actually, if you don't mind? I was able to see a few really strong performances by yourself in F2 next year. Are you hoping to take the fight to Zydrad?
Well, yeah, third time lucky, I hope. I think I've proven at times this season that I can definitely challenge Zydrad. I think quali's definitely the area I've got to look at for F2. There's been a few occasions now where I've messed up my quali and invalidated, and it's given me a bit of extra work to do. I think probably that comes with doing a bit more practice. I'll be the first to admit I've not put as much effort into F2 as F1. sure that's kind of you can kind of see that perhaps, but I think if I do put a bit more practice in, that I can definitely be right up there. I mean, I'd love to be right up there as well. I mean, obviously I made half myself as well, missing a few races and obviously dropping down to reserve and what have you. But no, I think over the course of a full season it'll be really interesting to see how I fare. Because I mean, I'm not going to be the only one. I don't think that will be kind of eyeing up a good championship fight with Sajad.
All right, mate. One final question. Obviously, the Renault's treated you pretty well this season. What are you hoping for next year? Because obviously, you haven't got the privilege of picking your car. You want the Renault again, or what do you want next year?
Well, if I was one that believed in perhaps superstitions or that sort of thing, then maybe I would, because obviously the last 2 championships in the top division have been won by a driver in the Renault. But nah, to be honest, I mean, the Renault boys have been great this season. I'd love to, share a team with them again. But I'm really not too fussed. Put me in any car, any teammate, and I feel like we can do the job and get the constructors done. I don't really have a personal preference. I just enjoy the driving. So I guess that's just something to look forward to. I mean, I'm raring to go already for Australia, and I can't wait for next season.
All right, mate. Well, congratulations. Thanks for coming and speaking to us. It's very much appreciated to speak to you. It's not often we get to speak to you. So in demand these days, being an elite champion. It's hard for you to fit us into your schedule, but appreciate that, mate. So thanks for coming to speak to us.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Wow.
Right. And that is all, folks.
A long one.
Yeah, it was always going to be, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was only right, a long one that does the season justice, really. I think that's the best way to describe it, because it's been such a brilliant season for us as a league and as league owners, seeing the league progress in the way it has, and so proud of everyone who's played even the smallest of parts in helping us get to where we are right now. And you heard from Scott earlier as well about what it means, just in SLR as a bigger picture, and some other rewards along the way about how the league has helped people and some of the things. But of course, let's not detract from one of the main things as well, which is to create a competitive and strong and fair racing league. And I think we've succeeded in that this season, and would like to take the opportunity to thank everyone from the drivers, from the drivers all the way up to my fellow league owners, so and everyone in between. So thank you to everyone who's given even the smallest amount of time to help us this season. And thanks to Steve-O and Clock for their help tonight and in the build up. And I'm very much looking forward to doing the same with you boys next week for the driver draw.
Next week,
And yeah, indeed, don't miss that. And
exciting 7 days.
Massive thanks to you as well, Ranga. And imagine if you could have at all thought that this would be the league when you broke out of the one you were in to start your own. Imagine.
Yeah, it amazes me every day. Really does. And I'm very lucky that we've got people on board now that have really helped the league get to where it is, and I'm honoured to be able to work with you guys on a daily basis. And I'm so proud of where the league is right now and where the league is going into the future. And the sky's the limit. Let's reach the summit, shall we?
Indeed we shall.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's been all, folks. I've been SLR Ranga. I've been joined by Soti Clock and SLR Steve-O for the awards. Thank you to every single award winner, either interview or not, for their contribution this season, and as I said before, to every single person involved in the league for what they've done for us this season. You're all legends, and we'll speak to you again soon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.